Hello, it's March the 20th. I've done that 3 times before I've got that right. It's March the 20th and it's the first official day of spring here in the UK. You know, I'm always confused. I always think we should put the clocks forward on the first official day of spring. So as far as I was concerned, we were all putting our clocks forward last night. And it's only when I had an argument with someone, a bit of a bet, that I realised I was wrong. It's just as well I did, otherwise I'd have been an hour ahead of everyone all week. At least I've been early for things. Anyway, so I'm going to take you for a look round, just a little look round. I'm trying to not ramble on so much, so I'm doing it already. I want to prepare the strawberry bed. I want to pot up some dahlias, and I want to show you a few things and have a little chat about the edible garden show that I went to last week. Okay, so let's get on. Okay, hello, what we've got here, got my knee pads on again. I still don't know if they're the right way up. What do you think? I know I was told off first time I did them, and then I haven't worn them for so long, I don't know, are they the right way up? They're guarding my knees anyway. Weeding. We're really lucky in this space that we haven't, the people who've looked after it before us have looked after it so well that there isn't a huge amount of perennial weeds, but we do get loads of stuff like this. I don't actually know what this is. I'm going to show you. It seems to grow on runners. No, it's not growing on runners. It seems to grow in a clump. That's nice, that plane's just gone over as I'm talking to you. What do you think that is? There's lots of it. That seems to be the main culprit really, but it's so easy to pull up. Obviously we get the odd bit of this and that, the odd dandelion and things like that, but they tend to be things that as soon as you see them you can pull them up and that's it. So anyway, saying that, I'm going to do the strawberry bed today. I mentioned it last time. You can't see because it's out of shot, but I've got the garlic bed next door as well. I want to get it ready to just put some potash on, some sulfated potash, to give it all the nutrients it's going to need for the coming months, because you can't believe that it's nearly the end of March now. All of a sudden, it's like there'll be strawberries, hopefully, in a couple of months' time. We didn't get many strawberries last year, and I think it's because they were first year runners and we'd freshly manured the bed, and I think it was too strong really, and our covering was a bit pants as well, so we've got to do a proper one of them this year. But yeah, I really want to make it work this year, so I'm going to clear the bed and then it'll be ready for a nice little dressing, and then it's just a case of keeping an eye on it, and you know, at some point in the next few weeks we'll get some sort of structure over the top of it to stop those pesky birds coming and eating them. Okay, so I'll probably speed this up because actually I really enjoy weeding. When it's this sort of weeding, you can just kneel down and I quite enjoy that. It's a bit odd, it's like some people like ironing. I don't like ironing. Yeah, so I'm going to quite enjoy this, so I'll just be humming away to myself. You don't want to see all that, but I'll show you what it's like when it's done. That's one we don't want. I think, oh, I managed to get all but the tip of the root out. Okay, there you have it. I've weeded to the best of my ability. And those eagle-eyed weeding purists amongst you, and I know you're there, will have seen me picking up these weeds. Hold on, I'll bring some over. These weeds here. Let me see, can you see that? Yeah. And just sort of going flip, flip, flip. And obviously bits of these roots are going to go back in the soil. You can't get all the roots off these things out. So let's see if we can get that in. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah. But I'm not too bothered with this. They're annual weeds, and I mean, they just need hoeing now when they reappear. The whole purpose of today was to just sort of tidy it up, see where the strawberries were, see if there are a few gaps, any gaps. There was a gap here, so I've moved a strawberry over to fill that. And now it's just a case of giving them a handful of potash. So, yeah, let me just... You know what I should have done? I should have actually opened the packet before. I always do this, don't I? I'm always in so much of a rush. I never actually prepare things. Right, okay. Sulphate of potash. Can you see that again? I don't know. Miracle Grow. Don't know if it's any good or not. Well, here we go. Like I say, this bed was manured last year, and yeah, it should be okay. It's reasonably fertile. Gets most of the morning sun. And the strawberries like the sun. Let's just shove a little bit of this on, and then we can do some out of it. What we could do now with really is a little bit of rain to wash this in, but I'll give this a bit of a rake, and that's fine. There we go. Hey, done. Okay, the other place and I'm going to lift the tripod here, see if this works. The other thing I am going to just give a side dressing of potash is my garlic. Now, I know I had a comment from Peter saying that why use potash on garlic, because it doesn't produce flowers, so it shouldn't need it. But I've just read that you can do it, so I'm doing it, and I've got the potash, to be honest. So there we go. If you think I'm putting too much on here or I'm doing it wrong, please let me know. I've not done it before. I don't know what I'm doing. And look, my knee pads are failing as well. I don't know if you can see it from there, but they're not really doing what they should. But Peter said that all he uses is some weeds in there, is a dilution of nitrogen, and that seems to do his garlic some good. So yeah, let me know what you use, okay, in the comments below. But as far as I'm concerned, they're happy little garlics now. Happy garlic, happy strawberries, happy me. Little update on the pond. Obviously all around the outskirts of the pond is going to be flowers in the coming months, and that will really thicken. But at the moment there's nothing there but bare soil. So what I've done, I've just moved all the pots that I've shoved bulbs in over the winter. I've moved them round, and you know, if nothing else, they might provide a little areas for creatures to go in around here. So yeah, and they look pretty as well. Okay, so they're just there as a temporary measure, but they fill the gap. Okay. Hello. Something I am a little bit concerned about is my onions. I planted my red onions. Oh, this is very silly. I planted my red onions. Can you see? I'm just going to, I'll just point. I planted my red onions in November, straight into the soil. They've gone through all the horrible wet weather that we've had and the cold, and they're absolutely fine. Now, I planted my stir-on in January, so about 2 months ago now. And, oh, saying that, they're coming. There's one there and one there, but I really would have thought there'd be more by now. I can see there are a couple more, but what I was going to do was just have a little, I know you shouldn't do this, but I'm just curious to see if they've rotted. No, they haven't. Oh no, that's something else. Look, I've got a seed of something else there. Well, there's nothing in that bit. Let's see. In here. I mean, obviously this is going to destroy any onions I do find, but I wonder where they are. Like I say, there are a couple. I can't see any here. Mice might have eaten them. I don't know. The weather can't have been worse than it has been for the ones we planted a couple of months before. So we're just going to keep fingers crossed and hope that these are going to come. Like I say, there's one. I can see 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's a few now. I can see a few coming up. Right, okay, I'm not going to dig over any more because obviously some are trying to come up. But yeah, I thought they would have been up before now. 2 months, there's one. Oh, there's another one. Ah, I can see a few. Okay, so maybe I'm just in a rush. I'm in too much of a rush. Okay, so yeah, let's keep hoping for them. I do like my onions. Yeah, what we've got here is we've put in a row of peas. I can't think of what the variety is at the moment. I'll put it under here when I find out. But what we've done, we've preempted them growing by sticking in lots of little sticks. Look, all these sticks. Thing is, they're not nice dry sticks like you would, I don't know, proper pea sticks. They've just come off a dead tree that's, I can't do it, that direction over there. And I'm a bit concerned that they're all going to root. So even if we don't get a nice line of peas, we're going to have a very nice row of saplings of an unknown tree. We don't even know what the tree is. Might be an elderflower. Oh dear. Right, okay, so it's going to be peas or a surprise. We don't know. Peas or more saplings. Okay, but yeah, that's a joy of gardening. All these little surprises. Oh, hello again. I'm in my greenhouse. It's actually 18 degrees in here today. How nice is that? Anyway, what I thought I'd show you, and they don't look quite as nice as the temperature, is last year I did some dahlias for the first time in the garden. Oh, well, I'm saying in the garden, in my flower patch, which is just there. And I was amazed, I'm too warm, I was amazed at how well they came up, because I always thought dahlias, again, I associate them with show blooms and gardens in the 70s with men being absolutely meticulous, looking after them all, and you know, dahlias and chrysanthemums. I put them together, that sort of thing. And so I thought they'd be really high maintenance, and I was amazed how fantastically easy they were to grow. So anyway, they grew really well, and then I dug them up, as you're supposed to. I've got a magpie looking at me, go away. Oh, there's 2, that's okay. The magpies put me off. Anyway, I dug them up and I've put them in a dry shed over winter, and I'm not convinced they're all right, but I know that, I mean, that is a bit that's just come off, I think, so we'll get rid of them. That bit looks okay, although it does look more like a bulb than a tuber. There's this one, looks okay. Don't know what's happened to that. In fact, it looks, actually, this looks like it's been eaten, you know. I wonder if we have had mice, because I left a parsnip on the side in there, and forgot to take it home. Came back, half gone. Mice. So it might be mice have got that. So basically, I've got 1, that's okay, 2, and then a couple of tubers there. So all I'm going to do today is put them in some soil to hopefully start them off growing again. I've also got, though, and you can't resist this, at these prices, I'm not even going to say the name, you know where to go. Wilco, said the name. A dahlia, beautiful dahlia, Procyon, I don't know how you say it. Flowering height, 4 foot. A 4-foot dahlia for £1. Okay, and I think it's going to be okay. Maybe I should plant it straight outside, I don't know, but I'm going to start them up in pots. I mean, look at the colours on that. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Not subtle, but beautiful. I'm going to start them up in pots just to get them going, really, give them a bit of moisture. Let's just have a look at this one. You know, actually there's a tiny bit's broken off there as well. I might plant that as well. That feels okay. That feels like a good, sturdy tuber. You have sturdy tubers. Anyway, that's a sturdy tuber. So all I'm going to do is just start them off. So I've got my Jack's Magic Compost. Now, I've heard various different reviews of this year. I know Marina Wilson swears by it. She's always used it. And I know Sean Cameron from the Hort channel, he's given it a go this year. It's the first time I've tried it, but ever since I went and got it, I've had people on different forums saying it's not good this year. But it seems that all compost has got a problem this year. I don't know why. Apparently it's not very good quality. People have talked about the companies doing cost cutting, that sort of thing. But I'm using it anyway. I've got it, so I'll use it. This seems fine. This, you know, if you have a look, can you see? That's absolutely fine. There's not big bits of twigs in it. It's not too wet. Nothing like that. So hopefully it'll be okay. But to be honest, I've never really thought about the different composts before. I've just always gone and got one, which is probably why things haven't grown. Okay, so all I'm going to do is, got my compost. I'm just going to sit that in there. I think I have to leave this bit out. I didn't check on before. I should have checked before I came out, but I think I'll leave that bit out. And all I'm doing is making a mess. I'll get my brush and pan in a minute. All I'm doing is making sure that the roots are in contact with the soil. Oh, there you go, there's a bit. Get rid of that. And that's it. Hopefully that'll start showing signs of life. I can't label it because I don't know what it is. I know it's a dahlia, but that's as much as I know. What I can do, I can label the Procyon one. It's the first year, and you'll laugh at me here, you know, it's been a complete newbie last year. Look at this mess I'm making. I've got a seed tray. That seed tray, see, a compost, what's it up there? What are we doing down here? It's the first time I've used proper seed sowing compost this year. Because I've always thought multi-purpose is multi-purpose. Surely that will do. But I've got to say, my seeds have come really well. But I have been growing them on, I got one of those heated propagator things. It's only a cheap one. I mean, yeah, it's amazing how quick they come. That's scary, really. Okay, the one from Wilco, I'm going to do exactly the same. If I can sort of see where the top is. This bit here, this bit here. This bit. So I don't want to bury that. Oh look, I should have done it the other way around. Okay, I'm going to chuck all that in. And again, bury the roots. Now, what I'm not sure of is whether I can keep these. Oh, I haven't got a label for that yet, so I will put that around there till I put the label in. Whether it's a case of now they're in soil, I can put them straight outside. I think what I am going to do, because we are still getting frosts, I will keep them in the greenhouse for now until they start looking a little bit more established. Right, okay, and then we've got, same again, this little chap. Let's see if I can do this without getting it all over me. I doubt it. All part of the fun. You weren't meant to get soil all over you. Why do they put holes in the bottom of the pots? I know why they put holes in the bottom of the pots, but it doesn't help when you're filling them. Right, okay, again. Da-da-da. Rooty toots at the bottom. Stalky bit. I don't know if that's going to come, you know. Stalky bit at the top. I hope they do. The terrible thing now is you do tend to think, well, even if they don't, you know, if they're £1 each in the shops, I can go and get more. Which isn't really the way you should do things. You should really nurture them and make sure they do come back. It's very tempting. Okay. Right, I'm just going to put these two little odd fellas. Put them in that one. and then a purple one. I'll put them in here as well. Then what I'll do, I'll give them a good water. Put them somewhere draft free. That sounds good, doesn't it? In the greenhouse. And yeah, hopefully that's got the dahlias underway. And hopefully now those little mice won't come anywhere near them. Pesky mice. They look all cute, don't they? And they can eat your stuff. Right, okay. Done. 4 dahlias. Done. Hello again. It's been really quiet down. I think, well, I'm whispering. Why am I whispering? It's been really quiet down here today. It's a strange atmosphere. It's mild. It's lovely and mild. But it's a Sunday afternoon, and I would have thought there'd be more people down here. But it's one of those things that makes you think you're missing out on something. Where's everyone gone? Is there a party? Why aren't I invited? Anyway, I'm here. I've been here for a couple of hours now. I'm just about had enough now. I'm ready to go home. But before I do, I just thought I'd mention the Edible Garden Show. I don't know if any of you, well, I do know that some of you went to the Edible Garden Show last week. It was at Stoneleigh Park in Warwickshire. If you get the chance to go next year, do go. It was really interesting. I don't know, I went to the Gardener's World live show at the NEC last year, and that was huge. And it wasn't as huge and flashy in the same sort of way, but there was certainly some really interesting things there. What was really nice was going and meeting Sean and Vivi from the Horticultural Channel. And yeah, really friendly, really, really lovely to meet them. And if you haven't been over to the Horticultural Channel, you need to, because they do all sorts. Sean usually puts up a daily blog now, or vlog, and it's really interesting bits and pieces that he puts on there. And Vivi does lots of stuff in the kitchen, and she's also very, very keen on growing things organically. Yeah, so it's nice to actually meet the people that you see on a channel, you know. Sadly, I missed most of the people who went, because I went on the wrong day. I went on the Sunday, and everyone else I wanted to meet went either on the Friday or the Saturday, so thanks for that. Next time we'll have to try and be a bit more coordinated, or at least I will be. If anyone's going to go to the Gardener's World show in June, I think it is, let me know, because I'm not booking a ticket until I know when other people are going, because I'd love to meet up with Julie Drake and Marina Wilson and Brian and Tony from UK Here We Grow, Aaron, Nigel, you know. I could go on, but I won't, because I'm rambling again. Anyway, I just wanted to show you some of the things that I got. It's one of those things, you're suddenly surrounded by new gadgets and things, and it's quite difficult to keep focused on, do you actually really need something? So I bought some things that I don't actually really need, because I found a herb stall, and I've always loved my herbs. But I found that I've pretty much got what I thought. I've pretty much got the basics. I've got, I'm looking at them now, they're over there. Rosemary, lemon balm, mint, chives, garlic chives, thyme, sage, fennel, lovage, sorrel, tansy. I've got all sorts of things. But so it was a real pleasure to find things that I haven't got. I mean, I've heard of them, most of them, and they have been in a bag. They do need watering. This one is Chervil. I know, it's report me to the Royal Society for the Protection of Cruelty to Herbs. Does need a water. I'm going to put them in the greenhouse now, actually, and give them a good soak. English mace. This is one I've not heard of before. I always thought that mace was like the outside of a nutmeg, but this one, put in stews and soups, garnish for a potato salad, and it gets dainty flowers in the summer. So again, that's an unusual one. Another one that I have heard of but never tried to grow is woodruff. It's been a bit of a casualty there. Yeah, again, woodruff. It's delightful and useful, and it grows in a shady spot, which is useful, as I'll tell you in a minute. Salad burnet. I think this is an annual. Oh no, it's an evergreen with a nutty flavour. reminiscent of cucumber. I'm going to try some. Got a filthy hand. I was just going to say, it just tastes like a leaf. Actually, it does start to taste a bit like cucumber just before the end, so that's useful. Interesting, again, different, something different. And hyssop, which again's got very, very squashed in the pot. I apologise to herb lovers everywhere for mishandling, if that's the word, these herbs. Perennial, bees and butterflies. Oh, and makes a valuable infusion to relieve the symptoms of coughs and colds. So anyway, there's a little selection there, which I don't know if you can see, of unusual herbs. So I was really, really pleased to see those. What this means though is I'm going to have to reconfigure my herb bed because that is packed at the minute. So what I'm going to do is move some of the herbs around the pond area, especially, well, they all attract the bees and butterflies, but I'm going to start moving them around there. Maybe move the ones like the thyme that hasn't fared very well where it is to a much, much sunnier spot where it will bake nicely. And I've got a strip behind the greenhouse here that I've already moved my sorrel into. I've got sorrel, sage and fennel in there, sorry you can't see it. But the ones that are slightly shade loving, I'll put them in there. So my herb patch is less of a patch now, more of a sprawl, or it's going to be, but that's for another day. The other thing that I was very excited about, I'm going to bring this up to the camera, was an unusual tomato. There we are. Brandywine. It says heritage Amish variety dating back to 1885 with large thin-skinned fruits, sometimes with dark patches. Okay, so I've only got one of these. This is actually currently at home on the windowsill because I'm nurturing it and mollycoddling it because I really want it to do well. My big beefsteak tomato last year was pants. I didn't get one. So I'm going to treasure this. And hopefully I'll get good things off this year. I think I'll keep it in the greenhouse, but just so it can go outdoors as well. So yeah, so that was good. So just a few little bits and pieces, not a huge amount. But yeah, my herbs I will get going in the next week or two outside. They'll be fine outside. I think that's about it. That's all I want to say. Oh my goodness, I don't know how long this video is going to be this time. It's always too long. So I'm going to shut up now. Hope you're enjoying the milder weather if you're over here in the UK. It has turned mild, which is lovely. I think obviously we still get frosts and things like that. But yes, yeah, make the most of it. The garden is starting to really take off now, so you'll find that every time you go out and look at something it will have changed slightly. So my onions, for example, who'd have thought? Okay, and I'm going to say goodbye and see you soon. Okay, thank you. March the 16th, and it's the first, no it's not, it's